Hi everybody, welcome to Jin's Wall Street News. According to the U.S. Census Bureau and the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, U.S. housing starts rose 15.8% in December from a month ago, while privately owned housing units authorized by building permits decreased 0.7% in December on a monthly basis. The Federal Reserve released industrial production on Friday, up 0.9% in December month-over-month, stronger than expectations of a 0.3% increase. Atlanta Fed's GDPNow estimates U.S. real GDP growth at 3% for the fourth quarter 2024. 10-year Treasury yield is rebounding to 4.62% as industrial production rose 0.9% in December, higher than expectations. For the U.S. stocks, S&P 500 rose 1% and the Nasdaq composite jumped 1.51% last Friday. According to the U.S. Census Bureau and the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, U.S. housing starts rose 15.8% to a seasonally adjusted annual rate of 1,499,000 in December from 1,294,000 in November, down 4.4% from 1,568,000 in December 2023. In addition, privately owned housing units authorized by building permits fell 0.7% to a seasonally adjusted annual rate of 1,483,000 in December from 1,493,000 in November, down 3.1% from 1,538,000 in December 2023. According to the Federal Reserve, industrial production increased 0.9% in December from the previous month, stronger than expectations of a 0.3% increase, up 0.5% on a yearly basis. Industrial production in November was revised up from a 0.1% decrease to a 0.2% increase. The Federal Reserve said, quote, in December, gains in the output of aircraft and parts contributed 0.2 percentage point to total IP growth following the resolution of a work stoppage at a major aircraft manufacturer, unquote. In the market groups, the index for business equipment rose 1.4%, the Federal Reserve said, quote, reflecting a strong increase in the production of civilian aircraft, unquote. In the industry groups, manufacturing output increased 0.6% in December from a month ago, unchanged on a yearly basis. The Federal Reserve added, quote, in December, the Durable Manufacturing Index stepped up 0.4% with large gains in the output of aerospace and miscellaneous transportation equipment and primary metals. Mining Index rose 1.8% and the index for utilities moved up 2.1%, the Federal Reserve said, quote, supported by a rise of 6.2% in the index for natural gas, unquote. According to the Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta, GDPNow estimates U.S. real GDP growth at 3% for the fourth quarter 2024, updated January 17th, according to the recent economic data such as housing starts, building permits, as well as the industrial production. 10-year Treasury yield was hovering around 4.75% last Tuesday, despite the lower-than-expected producer price index, rising 0.2% in December. Then the yield tumbled on last Wednesday as market forecasters expect core PCE price index to have risen 0.17% in December based on PPI and CPI data. 10-year Treasury yield fell further on last Thursday as the U.S. retail sales in December came in lower than expectations, and Christopher Waller signaled possible rate cuts in the first half of this year. But it's rebounding to 4.62% as the industrial production increased 0.9% in December, above expectations. For the U.S. stocks, S&P 500 rose 1%, and the Dow Jones Industrial Average added 0.78%. The tech-heavy Nasdaq jumped 1.51% last Friday. Big tech stocks performed very well last Friday as investors are waiting for upcoming earnings releases. Shares of Amazon rose 2.39% and Tesla stock jumped 3.06%. Shares of Nvidia gained 3.1% as investors are waiting for Microsoft earnings report scheduled to be released on January 29th, next Wednesday. Most of the US chip stocks also rose as the manufacturing output increased 0.6% in December, according to the Federal Reserve. Okay, this is the end of today's news. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.